Welcome to another episode of Vivid Aquariums TV. Today I'm going to bring you an update on our 800-gallon tank. It's been down for over 4 months, but that's given us time to really go through it and take our time creating an aquascape for this aquarium. Now we decided to use a Real Reef Rock, which is a synthetic man-made rock, and we're very happy with the results we've achieved with this rock. It's definitely got a great shape to it, a lot of nooks and crannies, and it's proven to be easy to work with in terms of using a hammer and chisel to break it into smaller pieces. We actually also used a lot of rubble rock from Real Reef, and we used that to glue it onto the pipes and hide some of the intakes for our closed loop pump, as well as to glue onto the back of the tank and around the overflow boxes, kind of hide the sharp edges of the aquarium and create a really unique aquascape structure. The reason we chose this, one main reason, is that being synthetic rock, there's no parasites, there's no aptasia, no bristleworms, nothing that we do not want to add to the aquarium. So we know we're starting with basically a clean canvas to start our aquarium. Now, to put it all together, we used a lot of Aquascape construction epoxy and probably at least 50 or 60 tubes of this BSI IC gel. We also used the super glue gel accelerator, which helps to dry it much faster. Now, the putty versus the glue has different uses. If we were to stack rock and it's pretty much going to stay in place by itself, we use the putty to kind of firm that up and make the structure more solid. However, if we wanted to, say, hang a rock off at an odd angle like this or something like that, that's where we use the IC gel, put it in there, use the accelerator, and then we can actually add more glue around it and spray accelerator on it. That's how we got some of the rocks to stick off and hang off of each other in the way that we did. The IC gel glue is also really important for when we glued rocks around the overflow boxes and to the back of the aquarium, and especially to glue rocks around our pipes to hide them. Now I'm going to show you how we glued the rubble rock over our pipes, and also use the same technique on our overflow boxes to hide some of the hard edges of the overflow boxes. Start by just putting some glue onto our elbow or on the overflow box, spray some accelerator on there, and then you'll take the piece of rubble rock and hide it on there. You glue it on, and you can also come back and add a little more glue. It's helpful to have a toothpick to kind of make a better connection between the glue and the pipe. And then just spray accelerator. And that rock is now pretty solid on there. You just got to find the next piece of rock, and you're repeating that technique. Spray accelerator, take your rock, get it on there, and you kind of, it's like almost like putting tile together. You're just creating rock, using the rocks to cover the pipe and hide it, using the combination of the glue and the accelerator. But this makes a big difference in the end aquascape because you're not seeing all the ugly pipe work. It helps the aquascape and rocks blend better into the overflow boxes. And I think it definitely creates a much more interesting and natural looking finished appearance for the aquarium. So it took a lot of time. Again, you know, we probably used over 50 or 60 tubes of glue to complete this tank. But this technique is what we use to hide our pipes and overflow boxes, and I recommend it. You can break any live rock into rubble rock. You can actually order the rubble rock from us as well. But there's a little trick for you next time you're aquascaping your tank. One of my favorite features of this aquascape is this large shelf that we've created. It's definitely caught the eyes of a lot of customers as they've come in the store over the past few weeks. And what we did to create this is to use 3/4 inch acrylic. We started by building kind of a bracket on the back wall, another bracket on the overflow box, and then we used strips of 3/4 acrylic across to create our shelf. And this shelf now supports almost 100 pounds of Real Reef Rock. Now then, once we got the larger rocks on and situated, we went back and kind of used the same technique I showed you with this elbow. We glued in lots of rubble rock, a lot of hours of laying down underneath there and just gluing, doing a lot of detail work to hide it. But now, even if you look from the underside of it, you cannot really see the acrylic bracing. That was our goal, is to kind of hide the bracing completely, really blend it into the aquascape, and let people walk up and see the shelf and say, how does that work? Is it floating? Anyhow, so that's one of my favorite features, but now we're going to go through the tank, put the camera in there, show you some close-ups of the rock work, and we'll bring you many more videos on this tank in the weeks to come. We're going to fill it later today, and so next time, we'll have water in it. Thanks, guys.